Welcome to Run TV, the CASHAPP show. And today I'm probably a little late, but I saw this clip of Vlad and academics talking about the whole Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan situation.
Conversation with Rich Homie Quan before he died. I was going to take this one to the grave, but he died.
Yeah.
So I'm able to talk about it. But like with Quan, George Chidi had brought up in our last interview that this whole thing was about Quan not wanting to sign
to Burbank,
to Young Thug or whatever else.
Rich gang. Yep.
And they started to pressure him, and Nut got in the middle of it, and this whole situation was over that. And there's paperwork that was going to be brought up in court specifically over that, and George Chidi sent me the paperwork. And I said, I'm not going to put this out because me and Quan are cool. I did his first interview, so let me just talk to him about it. So I called him up. I'm like, yo, I got something important to talk to you about. He's like, all right, let's FaceTime. I'm like, cool, let's do that. And I'm like, listen, like, this is what I found out. This is what was mentioned in the interview. I'm cutting this part out. But they're saying that this whole thing was about you not wanting to sign, to Young Thug or Rich Gang or whatever. And then this is ultimately what led to, Nut getting killed. And he said, yeah, that's true.
And about his manager, Nut, how he ended up like getting killed. And all this is kind of relevant even to the Young Thug Rico. It's actually like interesting how Vlad was saying how, and some people were saying how it's general knowledge, how the whole thing with Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug and Rich Gang, it all started because they wanted to sign Rich Homie Quan, and Rich Homie Quan didn't want to do it. So because he told them no, they took stuff to the streets. And apparently Nut came in between to have Rich Homie's Quan back, and things escalated to the point where he got killed, which I think is what kind of gave that's what made the feds officially came and got them with the Rico thing. I just think all that is very stupid, bro. It's like, if he doesn't want to sign with you, he wants to do whatever he's doing, what's the issue? Like, it's business, right? But then again, I realized with all this stuff, bro, there's all these sentimental things attached to all these things. It's like people can't do business without getting sentimental about everything, bro. Where it's just like, bro, like, if things work out, they work out. If they don't work out, they don't work out. But it seems like that's not people's. It's almost like if you go to the studio with somebody, y'all make some records, or somebody just feel like, yo, I have this bright idea of what I'm gonna do, or what I could do with this person or these group of people or whatever is going on, then almost like they feel entitled to that, and nothing can get in the way of that, even if the people who might be involved don't want to partake. It's almost like a authoritarian kind of vibe, where it's just like, if I have more power than you and I can make things shake more than you, if I want you to do this, and if you don't do it, we're taking it to the streets. It's like, it was never that deep, bro. And I realized too, bro, with like this hip hop stuff, there's like a group of people who kind of move like that, and there's a group of people who are trying to like deviate from that. And it seems like there's a struggle going on where a lot of the people who are holding on to that are people from the older generation, where it seems like that's the way they do business, where it's just like instead of them constructing business as business, they construct it almost like it's just weird in rap, bro, and hip hop, where it's just like, and it makes sense where a lot of these guys, they will meet each other and hang around each other for like a week, and they'll go on record and everywhere start calling each other bro, like that's my brother, that's my, and it's like, bro, that's not your brother, bro. You didn't grow up with that guy. Like, you just met that guy because of music. You met them because of business. You met them because y'all are collabing, bro. And yeah, y'all formed a relationship and everything is cool, but that doesn't mean that's your brother, bro. I'm not saying you can't develop a rap relationship into an actual relationship that actually like becomes somewhat like a brotherhood, but I don't think that forms within a couple months, even a year, bro. Like, but it seems like that's how it goes, bro, with these guys, where it's just like they just meet each other and then immediately it's just like, that's my bro, that's my guy. People start talking about how they're gonna slide, they're gonna do this, and it's like, bro, you just met him, bro. There's people you've known in your lives that's been around your lives for way longer than that. You're not even saying that about it. You're not even willing to do none of that about. So how all of a sudden you just met this guy, all of a sudden you're gonna ride and die and slide for them. And then a lot of times the fans fit into that stuff too, where the fans start expect because they see you on a couple records together, or you sign with somebody, or it looks like you sign with somebody. All of a sudden everybody thinks y'all are besties, y'all are best friends. Like, oh, like you gotta slide for this guy, or if anything happens to this guy, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fans kind of have those expectations too, but as far as these artists don't really help either. When they go on record and they go on interviews, start talking about, yeah, that's my brother, bro. Like I'll do anything for. It's like, bro, you just met him, bro. You just met him, bro. There's people in your lives that's been in your lives way longer that you never even said that about, bro. And then if you really look at it, even things like Gunna and Thug, they didn't grow up together. And Gunna allegedly is a Crip, Thug is allegedly a Blood. It's like, I'm not saying Gunna should have did what Gunna did, or Gunna should have did what Thug said Gunna did, or Gunna should have done what people said Gunna did. I'm just saying maybe they weren't that tight. Yeah, he got YSL tatted, but again, there's a lot of drugs involved in a lot of these relationships. Women, clothes, money. It's quick for like the illusion to be made that for people to think, some people to think that, oh, this is my guy, like look at all this money. It's like people think like, oh, I've been getting this much money I've been getting this much money from this person, I've been getting this much money with this person, rather more than I've gotten money with anybody. Because of that, this is my guy. That's the misconception. Like, this is the person I've gotten the most money with, even though it's over a short amount of time and you don't really know this person like that, and that person doesn't really know you like that. The misconception is, oh, that's my guy, just because that's like, we broke bread together more than anybody I've broken bread together. But that's not what makes a relationship. It's not just breaking bread, bro. You can break bread with somebody who don't like you, bro. You can break bread with somebody who does not have your best interest at heart. You're just breaking bread. Sometimes that's business, bro. But a lot of people, especially from the so-called streets and from like so-called what they would call urban communities, always it's like it's a different setting and a different bond that's made when it comes to like the street stuff, and when it comes to like growing up in certain areas. It's a different criteria for someone to be a bro, to be a guy. But people come with those same sentiment and apply it to business, which is the music industry, and then things get lost in translation, and now people start ending up there. Things start going left. For lack of a better term. It's like this misinterpretation, this understanding that doesn't exist. And that's when things get crazy and things go gets into this chaotic roller coaster, and then now it's like it's all these things that could have been avoided if people weren't just being so sentimental with everything, bro, and trying to intertwine street stuff, neighborhood stuff, coming from like whatever neighborhood at least you from, and whatever city you from, whatever state you from, and you think you come into the music industry and everybody has that mindset or everybody thinks like that. Even if you're dealing with people that comes from the same so-called culture as you, it doesn't mean their view of that culture is the same, or how they grew up is the same, or what they would do and what you would do is the same, bro. Like, it's just crazy.